Highlanders were unbelievable last week in their preliminary final match, and the way they were led around the park by their outstanding young fly half, Robbie Robinson. It was almost unthinkable to think that they could not go further in this competition. He was majestic, and he will be a key figure as they line up here for the semi-final number 2 of the 2015 Super Rugby competition against their South Island rivals, the Crusaders. Hello everyone and welcome along to Cornflakes Group, your home of Rugby Challenge 2 and the Highlanders career mode, where we are into the semi-finals for the second year running. The dismal time of 2013 where the Highlanders were just complete rubbish is long gone. The title last season and then right in the running inside the top 4 now. Semi-final number 2, of course the Sharks have already booked their spot in next week's big finale, but who will join them? Will it be the Highlanders or will it be the Crusaders? So here is the Highlanders team, and I recall way back in round 3 of the competition where we laughed and criticised the Crusaders for having a fly half like Tyler Blindell playing at scrum half. We did not understand why they had no scrum halves in the team, and really now it is the Crusaders having that laugh, finishing top in the New Zealand Conference and getting themselves the bye last week. Their form before that though, they did meet the Highlanders in the final round of regular season play where the Highlanders won 26-14. The week before that they took out 3rd place in the New Zealand Conference, the Crusaders beating the Blues 25-14. It's a good team, it's the top placed New Zealand team, and they will be up against the defending champions from Otago, the Highlanders. Well, this team has been fantastic. They had a real slump in the latter part of the season, but boy, they have come back hugely after getting a lot of changes throughout the team. The hooker, Mitchell, Braden Mitchell, has been absolutely brilliant since he come in for Coltman, took over and made that role his own. He starts once again. The only 2 changes in the team today are Aaron Smith coming in at scrum half and John Afoa up there on the tight head side of the scrum. Otherwise, it's business as usual. The backline, players like Robbie Robinson and Gillies Kaka have just blown this team into action. Can they continue that form for another 2 weeks and carry this Highlanders team home? Or will the Crusaders, the top side from New Zealand, defeat the streak of 2 seasons in a row from the Highlanders? Let's get down to kickoff. Looks set to get underway. It will be the man in the moment, Robbie Robinson. If you recall, this time last season, we were all joying on about how fantastic Ohio West was. He has disappeared this year. Hasn't been seen much at all, but we are here with Robbie Robinson now. Season 2015, semi-final. The Highlanders kicking off, whistle goes, and we are underway. Semi-final number 2. One of these 2 teams will be joining the Sharks as we have an early knock-on from Gillies Kaka. And it's ball down for the Crusaders now. Following the knock-on, advantage is over. Oh, that's hit the post! And it's ball back for the Highlanders. Unbelievable. What a twist already in this match. As Armitage goes to Sonny Bill. Oh, and Osborne. Osborne was in with a grin there, but he was denied by the intercept. And Blindell gets the ball back for the Crusaders.
Release.
They're already stuck in their 22 here. As away it comes Todd, finds Blindell, gets taken down in a good tackle from Stowers. McCourt goes to Penawati, the outside centre, who gets driven backwards. Big tackle from Williams once again. Now it's back to Carter, and Carter thrashes his kick downfield. Waiting is Ben Smith, turns, brings on the defence, and Osborne drags one along for a ride of 5 metres or so before the Crusaders turn it over in the ruck. Well, that's a good ball, and they go through Moody. The loose head prop gets him up near the 10-metre line. Now it's Whitelock, pops it back in field, and it's Todd trying to break through, and Williams turns him over. So it's a counter-attack for Robinson. Tries the dummy, Tries to slip through a little hole, can't get away, but another good piece of ground made up there. Stowers, through he goes, it's intercepted, and away we come through McNichol, finding outside to Reed, and Reed's taken down. A great tackle from Ben Smith. And promptly turned over. Armitage at the back, finds Aaron Smith. He offloads in the tackle for Robinson, but it's been picked up from Carter. Carter offloads, and it's McCaw. Back outside to the left side of Whitelock. Numbers to burn here. Penalty, puts on the fend, and gets driven down. Oh, Ben Smith just about lost the control of that one. Now it's the Crusaders, 5 out. Can they get that final little play that the Highlanders couldn't manage minutes ago? Left for Carter. Oh, the numbers out here on the right. It's going to be a chance here for Adam Whitelock. But he is smashed into touch. Oh, what a matchup we've got here already. It's Whitelock coming up against Osborne. And it's a Highlanders line-out. Mitchell will throw in. Oh, the line-out has been fantastic since Mitchell's come into the fold. And Robinson pumps it onto his boot. Down over halfway it goes to Dag. Dag looks inside for McNichol, who's returned the kick. Down the throat of Ben Smith, who takes the mark. And will settle things down here for his teammates. And Robinson will put this back onto his left foot. Drives it downfield. McNichol makes a meal of it, and he's got into touch with it. Johnny McNichol, big mistake from the Crusaders. He couldn't control that ball on the full. It's bounced and rolled, and look where the Highlanders are now. Inside the 22. And they get pinged. Oh, well, just as we command. What a great job Braden Mitchell has done on the line-outs. He goes and messes up a huge opportunity and relieves the pressure for the Crusaders.
Cut.
That would have been a great chance to score from a set piece. Now it's the Crusaders who get the feed to the scrum. Right now, oh, look at this from the Highlanders. They're going to turn this over. What have the Crusaders got to reply? Nothing at all. Nasimanu goes away from his defence. Armitage, quick offload to Robinson. Robinson steps, tries to swivel inside. Gets caught out, good defence, just hanging on for the Crusaders. Here's Ritulik. Mitchell goes to the line. McNichol holds him up and does a fantastic job taking him to ground. Stowers offloads to Kaka in the corner. Try number 1. Wow, wow, wow. Gillies Kaka. What a finisher he is. He is such a skillful, silky smooth player. I thought Mitchell would have got that in, but a fantastic piece of defence from Johnny McNichol. Holds him out. Stowers quick hands. And then the simple finish for a man of that ability out there for Kaka. And he scores the opening try. The Highlanders have been knocking on the door for quite some time. What a finish. Just rolls it over in the corner. Nothing too fancy. Get that ball down. Get his team in the lead. And try and book their place in the grand final. That is objective of the day today. Win at all costs. It's a fairly hefty breeze here behind Robinson. What's he got in store for us today? Starts it on the left. Is it going to swing in? Oh, it's hit the post. But goodness me, it's gone over. That is control of the highest ability right there. Robinson strikes the upright. It still goes over and should be worth an extra point just for that skill. But it is 7-0. The Highlanders lead over the Crusaders. And we are 5 minutes away from the end of the first half. Oh, as up goes Blondell. Takes that down fantastically and feeds it to Reed. And Reed will get isolated and lose this possession. Beautiful counter-ruck from the Highlanders. Stowers finds a hole for himself. He goes through. He kicks ahead. Kaka gets chase. Oh, it might be a brilliant touch finder. Goodness me. Where did that come from? Sherwin Stowers showing all the skills in the book here. Once he was just a brilliant try scorer, now he has become the complete rugby player. Corey Flynn will throw in for the Crusaders. He finds the go-to man, and why not, in Sam Whitelock. They go to McNichol on the left in the corner, and Blindell, as soon as that buzzer goes, he's keen for half-time. He feels his side needs a bit of a coach's talk while they're still within a scoring play. Carter and McCaw there at the end. Well, they're in a bit of spotted bother here. The Highlanders are leading at half-time 7-0 over the Crusaders. Semi-final rugby for the career mode here with the Highlanders. One of these two teams will be going to the grand final to face the Sharks. That will be massive. Can the Highlanders make it 2 in a row? Or will it be the Crusaders and the Sharks? Well, we'll have to stay tuned to find out. As for now, half-time, we can have a look at some stats, and we can see that it is the Crusaders who surprisingly are having a better time with the ball at the moment. 54% of possession they have, but they are way behind when it comes to territory. 62% going to the Highlanders. As for the tackles, the Highlanders are making quite a bit more. In the end, making 7 more tackles. Both sides with 3 line breaks and just 3 handling errors by the Highlanders. The Crusaders are flawless at the moment with 0. 40 more minutes will tell us who will be making the grand final as the second team. Will it be the Crusaders? Will it be the Highlanders? Only one thing is for sure. There will be one team from New Zealand. Let's get back down to the second half of the semi-final. The Highlanders leading the Crusaders 7-0. Have not seen much of Carter so far tonight. Made one decent break earlier on, but it's been fairly quiet from him so far. As down they go, Robinson. Oh, he's been just edging on to that form we've seen earlier. As we've got a knock on here from someone. The ball was on the ground for a long time. Williams has picked it up. The ball's gone into the sky, and we've got a picture of Stowers shaking his head in disbelief. What on earth happened there?
Crouch.
There was about 6 players rolling on the floor.
Sit.
The end result is a scrum feed to the Crusaders. The Highlanders turning over their last scrum. This time the Crusaders are a bit more careful. That's a steady one. And it's a ball-winning one as well. What they got on offer. Blindell goes to Carter. Caught behind, and a good tackle on Crotty. Taken down, and Aaron Smith turns him over. Looks inside for Robinson. Robinson's got Stowers on his shoulder. Uses him nicely, but Stowers has Reed right on his coattails. Takes him to ground, and the Crusaders slowly but surely turning this ball over in the ruck, and will come back to the red and blacks. Todd, good ball, and McNichol just about gets away from a desperate Stowers tackle. A player capable of exploding into this match. Here's Mitchell again. Throws to the front. Etzebeth takes it down beautifully. Robinson looked for a kick, couldn't get it away. Goes to ground, and again the Crusaders might turn this over, and they do. Whitelock gets smashed. A big shot coming in there against Whitelock, and he's lost the ball as well. Now Retallick has it back. Williams looks to open up some space out here for Osborne. Osborne is breaking away, but he's taken. Good tackle from Dag. Nothing in there for Osborne. Here's Robinson. Oh, Robbie Robinson, he's straight through, and see you later. Robbie Robinson carries on the great form from last week. Grabs himself a try. He just went straight through the middle. No one's seen him coming. Just like a ghost, he slips through. It's too easy. Moen thread the ball. Oh, that is beautiful play from Robbie Robinson. Where have you been all this year? Goodness gracious, that is fantastic skill. The pass from Moen was sublime, but the take and the acceleration from Robinson was second to none. The man is in the form of his life right now, and he's on the big stage. Semi-finals, preliminary finals of Super Rugby. This is where you want to excel. Here's his conversion. And hasn't that been beautiful as well? His kicking has been just as good as his ball playing. And the Highlanders, thanks to his first try of the night. Lead 14-0 over the star-studded Crusaders outfit. We've seen some special moments from Robbie Robinson in the past 2 weeks. Here's Moen. He takes it in. And Williams speaks to Afoa, who's put it forward. And Nasi Manu picks it up. Don't know if that was really forward there at all. We'll have another look. There's Afoa. Oh, that was not forward at all. An absolutely disgusting call from the ref. Could have upset a really promising move from the Highlanders. Scrum sets down and look at the forwards reply. Oh, that is special from the Highlanders forward pack. It's got at the back there. Nasi Manu goes himself. Finds Osborne, who has thrown that into touch as he looked for Stowers. Well, that was a bad play. Midst of the tackle. Saw a blue jumper out there with Stowers. They couldn't find the mark. Stowers out of the field of play for some reason or another. Corey Flynn will have the line out throw. Oh, it's stolen from Retallick. Now it's Aaron Smith. Robinson, they'll guard him a bit more heavily now, surely. Kaka tries to pick it up. Can't get it. Retallick, they switch their mind. Back they go the other way, but it's lost the ball to the Crusaders.
Release.
Centre field. 30 metres out. And here they come on the attack. Out to Whitelock. Strugs away one. Looks to go around with Crotty. It's a good ball back inside for Blindell. He offloads. Oh, brilliant work. And it will be a try. Try to the Crusaders. That looks like Todd as well. But the offload, it was from Franks that created that last piece of magic. And yes, it is Matt Todd. There was a broken tackle from Whitelock. Here's Blindell. This is the one here. That was it. It looked like the Highlanders had diffused the situation. But the Crusaders have that one extra number. Oh, I thought that might have been enough. Kieran Reid was still lurking. But Matt Todd, well, he scores the opening try for the Crusaders. And there's still time too. Plenty of time to come back into this match. Carter, haven't seen much in the way of running from him, but his kicking is, as per usual, very good. It's 14-7. The Highlanders hold a 7-point lead. And we have a real match-up here with 12 to go in the game. Robinson will get us back underway. He goes high to the left and Stowers chases very hard but doesn't get away with it. And Peterwiti is the man, the outside centre.
Release.
Who comes down for the Red and Blacks of Canterbury. Carter, oh, offloads brilliantly to the try scorer Todd. And Todd goes to ground. Still ball here for the Crusaders. Carter to the left side, Blindell. He's got McNichol and he's got Crotty. And Crotty smashed into touch. A big ball and all, groping tackle. Takes him over the line. And it's going to be another line out for the Highlanders. 35 metres out. Oh, it's lost there from Itzabeth and Robinson. Comes down the middle and all dare. 4-man is gone. What a blow here for the Highlanders. And that is just absolutely horrid for the Highlanders. The man in the form of his life, Robbie Robinson, looks to have picked up a chest or shoulder injury.
Touch.
And this is going to be interesting. They need him next week, if they're going to be a next week. Scrum packs down, the game continues. Aaron Smith feeds, Nasi Manu waits for it at the back. And it will scrot out now. Manu, oh, good run, finds Gillies Kaka. He's still got Stowers. Stowers offloads inside. He cuts back beautifully through one. Looks for Moen, can't get away. Here's Sexton on the field. Osborne, here's a foot race for you. Going for the corner of Carter. He gets there. He'll get the winner. Patrick Osborne finishes the match off. Fantastic try. Used all his speed and really gunned it for the corner. Still has created the space. But it was this big pass from Sexton. Look at it. Glorious pass. And Daniel Carter couldn't reel the big winger in. Cross come Dag as well. No chance. That was beautiful pass. That is sublime. Beautiful to watch from Sexton. First touch of the ball. And he gets a try assist. But Robbie Robinson, oh dear, I wonder how long he will be out for. Who will take his place if he's out? How quickly does the attention turn from a semi-final close match to a final? With the game in the bag, time is up, Sexton takes a conversion. Oh, he's hit the post. Goodness me, how unlucky. I thought Sexton would come on and put in a clinic. It was a beautiful pass, and the conversion was just off the mark. But we have full time, and we have back-to-back finals for the Highlanders. They have done the job over their fellow South Islanders, the Crusaders. 19 points to 7, the final score. And the Highlanders have a chance to make it 2 in a row. Now there's bigger questions right now for this Highlanders team. It has to do with injuries. Oh, it will be such a shame to be without Robbie Robinson for the final. Oh dear. But before we check that out, let's have a look at the scorers and some stats from that match. 19 to 7, the Highlanders get the job done. But when it was still 14 to 7, everyone was worried more about Robbie Robinson than whether the Highlanders were going to win the match. They always had confidence that the team would pull through. As for the Crusaders, it's one try going to Matt Todd. Dan Carter made the conversion. As for the Highlanders, 3 tries for them. Robbie Robinson with 1, Osborne and Gillies Kaka getting 1 each, giving them 3 tries in total. Robbie Robinson nailing both his conversion attempts before he went off injured. Sexton, none from 1 from his attempt right out on the touchline, hitting the upright. The stats, well, it was a pretty even match here. The Highlanders getting a bit more possession in their second 40. Territory stayed pretty much the same. Tackles ended up 50-50. And line breaks near the bottom 6-4. Not very many line breaks for today's game. And 3 tries from 6 line breaks. Again, 50% conversion ratio is pretty bloomin' good. The scrums 3-1. Interesting thing is that the Highlanders turned 2 of them over. So effectively, scrums 1 with the ball was 3-1 to the Highlanders. And a great performance from their forward pack. So let's go see who, well, we know who we're meeting in the final. It is the Sharks. What we need to see is where that will be played. And more importantly, who will be wearing that number 10 jumper. Okay, the fixtures are in here and we can see it will be the Sharks at Kings Park. The Sharks finished top of the all-round table, 66 points. They were the only South African team to even threaten into the playoffs. So that is it. The final will be in South Africa, which is going to be the toughest assignment they could possibly have wished for. Have the Highlanders played the Sharks this season? Yes. And it was a 10-7 loss. The Sharks getting, well, the early bragging rights for this final, one could say. We have 5 pieces of news in our inbox, so let's check that out first. That'll most likely give us the news we want to know about Robinson. So recruitment. The following players have been selected for South Africa. This by the way, is not for the final. So these players will all be available for the final. This is post grand final, so after the grand final. So keep that in mind. It's just a way of saying that these guys have been selected for the international season. So we've got Itzbeath and Holgard who will be in South Africa. As for New Zealand, it is Foa, Thorne, Brad Thorne still in the All Blacks, unbelievable. Rennie Ranger, who has hardly played this season at all really, and Sonny Bill Williams will be in there as well. As for Australia, it will be Ben Alexander, the only representative from the Highlanders. The Highlanders have surged into the 2015 Super Rugby final after they defeated the Crusaders. And their sellout crowd, of course, everyone wants to see the Highlanders. And, well, it's going to be plenty to read there. It's going to be a fantastic final. And that is the media there. Have a read of that if you like. But the big one. I don't know if I really want to see this one at all, because I have a feeling it's going to be bad. Oh, 8 weeks! Well, Robbie is out for the final. He is out for the final and will not be fit until next season. 8 weeks! Wow! So that's the story. That is the story. Let's have a look at the squad news now. There he is, 45 days. He is gone for... Who will replace him? Let's go through the squad here. In case you haven't seen this bench for quite some time, we still have Sopawanga there. Sexton is still there. He's on the bench. He come off the bench, obviously. We have Ihaya West still sitting in the wings. And that is us for the squad. Who will be taking his place? Well, I'll leave that up to all of you. Who will be wearing that number 10 jumper? But it is grand final. Kings Park without Robinson, the revelation player of the season. And then after that, it's recruitment time. But the biggest match of all, the grand final, will be coming up very soon. So let me know who you want to see in the number 10 jumper. And that one will be just a couple of days away. The big one to round out Season 2, Season 2015. And that is me done and dusted for today. Thank you all for watching. And I'll see you all next time for the grand final. The Highlanders versus the Sharks. Kings Park. Until then, take care.